Hello everybody and welcome back to Sandy Bay. So we're going to continue with the farming today on here, and we have plenty of things to do. It really is that time of year where there's just loads of different things to get up to, and we're just going to have to do as much as possible in each episode. So I know that in the previous episode I didn't do a shout out, and I don't actually have one for this episode either, but starting again next week I will have a shout out at the beginning of each episode. The reason why I haven't been able to is because I have been recording these few together, so yes, there hasn't actually, well, there are comments and stuff that I could shout out, but they're not the latest ones. They're from a couple of weeks ago. So yes, next week I'll be able to do some more shout out videos, so please do comment on this video, and hopefully you are one of the comments that gets chosen for a shout out. Right, so you've just seen me attach a weight to the back of here, and we also have this very nice Buyer Belts bucket. The reason for this is because we're going to start to load up some of the rye. We actually do have plenty of rye in the shed just here. So we'll put the trailer, which already does have some rye in it, on the back of the JCB. It is just the best tractor to be doing carting with. And we have the trailer just over here. It's actually already 41% full. So we're not selling everything today. It's just going to be probably one trailer load. It's also going to depend on the price. If the price is good, then we'll sell multiple trailer loads. We could even space them out. We'd have to do them all together, because what I really need to do is start working on cultivating and drilling. Now I don't know if we're going to actually direct drill. We could direct drill, but I have already ploughed what was the alfalfa field. If you've seen the previous episode, you already know that. But no, we have the Buyer Belts bucket here, and I did say that I wasn't going to edit mods as such, well, definitely not the prices of mods, but I have actually adjusted the capacity of this bucket, because, well, it was only 1700 or something, and it can quite easily pick up 3,800 litres. That's probably not a great place to leave the trailer. Yes, if it was only 1700, it would take a while to fill the trailers. Yeah, where's the best place for it? Maybe actually just over here. That's the thing. As soon as you've found the best place, you can stick with it. It is finding that place which is difficult. Yeah, I really don't know. I suppose really it wants to be exactly where the other shed is. But yeah, we can't move it. It's not going to be possible. So we'll have to make do with this, that's fine. But with this capacity, I am hoping it is going to be a relatively fast job. Oh yes, that's much easier. That is good. Okay, so I'll continue. There's probably only 2 or 3 more loads anyway. But although we do have the silo here, the pit and the silo, I think this is absolutely fine. I really don't have a problem with scooping it up with a bucket. That is, after all, as I've already said in the previous episode, what a lot of farms in the UK do. It certainly would be a privilege to have a silo. Right, that must be very, very close. I'd say one more. Just the one. In fact, not even one, probably just 10% of this. Yeah, I need to practice my bucket scooping skills. That was a bit bouncy. I'm fairly sure tractors shouldn't bounce when they're loading. Okay, a bit more in the front. And there we go. We have a full trailer load of rye. So I put this tractor back in the shed just in case we're not doing another one straight away. But we'll check the price. It would be foolish to sell more than we need to if the price is not good. Okay, so yeah, across to rye. It's actually going down, but it's not too bad over at the Western Shore stores, which I think is quite a distance from here. If I'm not mistaken, it's over here. Yep, it's actually the one I always go to. So yeah, that's quite a distance away, so we'll just do the one for now. We don't need to do more than one. and looking at it, this tractor's going to need some diesel soon. But when we get back, I think we should start working on the big field. This big one just here on the right hand side. It doesn't necessarily, like I've already said, need to be cultivated. And I don't know if we actually have a drill. Okay, there we go, so that's pretty good. That is a good cash injection. Very helpful, and yeah, that was over £20,000. So that really is all we need to keep us going for now, and we do still have plenty more rye in storage for when we start to need a bit more. But after all, it does need to keep us going over the winter, which is going to be, well, I say it would be tough, but like I said, I don't think we're going to be doing much winter work in this Let's Play, because there just really is not much to do. When it isn't a survival roleplay, there is, well, animal work and snow ploughing. So we'll probably do a couple of episodes in the winter, but it's not going to be a great deal because it is largely about the arable farming and stuff. So I think 3 days, 2 to 3 days will be adequate for winter. Anyway, let's head back to the farm. Oh, please. And yes, we are going to start focusing on the big field. So we do have £41,000. Is that going to be enough money to justify maybe having a bigger drill? This is where we slam the brakes on. And put your foot back down to the floor. Ah yes, that's how you get around speed cameras. But no, I think this tractor might be the one I'm doing the work with today. In which case we probably should refill it, the diesel. I've also remembered what we were doing before with the drill. Yeah, we had it on the Ford tractor, we had those dual wheels on. But really, that was good. It was a good setup and everything, but I do remember that it took a very long time, and I had to get a worker to do the big field because it just was taking forever. And then the worker liked to crash into the poles and stuff. So I think because we have already used that smaller drill for a year, it is now time to upgrade. We can definitely afford it, and it's going to have a resale value too, so I think it's going to be a good investment. Okay, so I'm going to put this trailer in the shed, hopefully they don't crash. Did I leave the tractor in there as well? I think I might have done. Yes, well, they do fit next to each other. Just pop that there, that's good. And we will take a look at our options. So, yes, no doubt the drill is over here. If it isn't, then I'm going to be confused. Yes, there it is. Okay, so yeah, it's not a bad drill. It really isn't too bad. But yeah, it was just a bit too slow. So the time has come for an upgrade. We'll take a look at what that one's worth in just a second. The issue with the thing which annoys me a bit with the drills is this is always the perfect one, which is good, but I do feel it's overused. But if it is the best one for us, then it is the one we should go for. Having said that, these are all very expensive. Actually, that was quite expensive too. But nothing has been as expensive as these. £76,000. Okay, so what we're going to get back for our drill? 30. Right, so that is going to be close. That is going to be very, very close. What we're going to be at? We're going to be at approximately 72. Okay. Well, I do have things to sell. We don't need all of these, as we've already proved. So maybe we can... yeah, maybe we can do this. It's not going to leave us with much money, but then we do have more potential money in the barn, in the form of rye. Well, to begin with, we're going to get it attached. What is it? It's a 400C, so that's most likely 4 metres. The other one is 6. It's only 2 meters bigger, but that does make quite a big difference. Of course, before I do sell it, I will empty it. So we'll just empty around the corner here, and then we can put the same seed into the next drill. There we go. Yeah, that would be wasteful. We can't afford to waste anything. I'm not too sure if that's actually going to fit in the workshop. Oh, it is. Well, that is very good. So that's put the value up quite a bit. We'll repair it as well. 36,199. Sell. And yeah, we're up to 78. Very good. So yeah, definitely worth selling it properly rather than just quick selling it. So that means that we do now have the money to go with this one here, leaving us with not much for seed, but we do at least have something. There we go. We do. Ah, yes. That's why I did that, you see. We already have the seed. Because I knew I was going to spend all the money in one go, and then realised that I still have to buy something else. But that is now not the case. So, let's go down to the store. We'll pick it up. We'll bring it back here. And, yeah, we will start direct drilling the field just over there. It's an okay sized field. It's not massive. It's not small, it's just right. So yeah, the previous crop, as you already know, was rye. So I think probably the best crop for us to go for would be an oilseed. We'll go for canola. Canola is nice and profitable, and we already do have plenty of bales, so we don't need to make anything with bales. I've just realised I've turned right. Does this end up at the store? Yes, it does. I should know that by now. I have played on this map for years. It's actually no bad thing going this way. Oh, look, another speed camera. Hooray. This is the road where the traffic will wipe you out if you let it. But luckily, today, there's no traffic. Oh, there's somebody chasing me. Yes, if you're coming the other direction, which we will be on the way back, you've got to be careful. They don't wait, they don't slow down, they just like to hit you. Oh, the circus is still here. I'm tempted to go and take a look, but we have things to do. Okay then. Diesel, no, we've got half a tank, haven't we? Yeah, we should be fine. Half a tank is plenty. After all we've done, I don't think we've refilled. I think we've done 7.4 hours on the tank. Have I refilled? Oh, I might have refilled it, actually. Possibly. Anyway, if you do keep hearing a strange squeak, it is my pedals, yes. I seem to somehow always make my steering wheels and pedals and stuff squeak, so a bit of WD-40 is probably in order. It's, after all, one of the reasons why it was invented. Well, it does seem quite quiet through here. Okay, almost back. I managed to get through there without being hit, which was a bonus. And we actually don't need to go up through that track there. We don't need to go up on that track. We can go all the way to the top, turn right, and then we're actually straight into the top area where the seed is. Saves climbing the very steep, chalky track, which I think is actually steeper than this road. It seems to be. There's my cows. We do need to keep an eye on all of the cows, and of course the calves as well. At the beginning of each new day, I'll check up on them. This is actually the same in-game day as the previous episode, so everything should be okay. Right, so here we are. I think it's probably the first time I've entered the yard from that direction. Usually I don't need to, but it makes a change. Makes a very nice change. So to begin with, I'll put this seed in, the oldest stuff. Not much in it. And then we'll move on to the pallet, and then finally we've got some bags in there as well. It does seem to be a big drill. Having said that, we don't need to fill it because we don't have that much land to do. I think 74% is going to be enough. We can always come back for more if we need to. But before I forget, let's just change the crop type. We'll put that to canola. There we go. And we will begin. Now before, I was applying slurry to the fields before I drilled it. We have applied slurry to what was the alfalfa field, but I think for this field over here, on this occasion, I'm actually going to apply some either liquid fertilizer or pelletized fertilizer. We will be using the slurry on field number, I always forget it, that really long one. I need to spread slurry on 41. So yes, it's not going to be wasted. This field, I think, is just easiest if we do it this way. Now, I have absolutely no idea how long it's going to take with this drill, but it really shouldn't be too long. Because as you can see, it's quite a good working width. We are underway. We have a fantastic view. We can do 11 miles per hour. And yeah, it's just going to be one of those jobs where you sit back and get on with it. There shouldn't really be any stopping or anything. The biggest problem, of course, as always, is going to be those poles, going around those poles, but luckily I have eyes and the workers don't, so it really shouldn't be too tricky. I'm not saying I'm not going to hit them, I might do. There are plenty of them, so yeah. But anyway, I will see you in a second. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. I try and keep my time lapses about a minute long, but sometimes they do run over a little bit, but should be about a minute. Okay, so progress update. It is a big job, this is a big field, but it is so much easier with this drill. I can see why the worker struggled as well with these posts, these poles. They are awkward. In real life they must be very tricky, a field with that many in. Like, if it's just one, it's pretty easy, just go around it. But that many, that close together, that must be quite frustrating. Yeah, it's no surprise that the worker was crashing into them. I've clipped them a few times, but although it looks like I haven't really covered much yet, we're very close to the end, because the tricky parts are done, the headlands are done. All I need to do is go up and down. Probably 10 minutes in it, I would have thought, 10 minutes to complete the field. Not too much. But yeah, with the 4-metre drill, it was substantially slower. I don't know as well, I think it was restricted as well, the speed. I don't think we could do 11, I might be wrong, but I don't think we could do 11 miles per hour with it. I seem to remember it was something like 7. because yeah, this is much faster. At least it feels much faster, even though it still feels like quite a big job. But we only have to drill it once, and then it'll be there. The crop will be in, but we do need to keep it on top of the fertilising and spraying and stuff to make sure everything is profitable, high yielding. So, just debating whether or not to put it on a time lapse. I think if I did put it on a time lapse, it would only be 20 seconds long or something. There really isn't that much left to do. Yeah, that's the problem with turning very tightly where these poles are. They're just annoying. But you can't do anything about it. They're here. They are required to. I think they're electric. Are they electric posts? I'm not too sure. Anyway, let's get it done. And there we go, finally we have the last piece just here. So yeah, I definitely would not want to have any smaller drills. We just had to have the other one to start off with. Humble Beginnings, which actually was my first title in my first Let's Play, believe it or not. But yeah, Humble Beginnings was actually taken from Farming Simulator anyway. Farming Simulator 2009, one of the help icons in the yard, one of your starting icons, did pop up and say that. So it's definitely sticking with the Farming Simulator theme. There we go. Lovely. So that is going to be hopefully a very nice canola field in the future. Now I'm just remembering back to the end of the previous episode, and I did say that we had plenty of manure to pick up. So I think either we'll get it put into the trailer and we'll tip it at the side of the field ready. Our timing couldn't have been worse. Yes, or I'll bring the muck spreader back over from the other farm and we'll get it filled up. Maybe both. The muck spreader isn't empty. It's definitely not empty. As for selling some of those straw bales that I mentioned earlier, I think we'll hold off doing that for now, but we probably will sell some in the future. Anyway, we need to find the best place for this. I think probably where it came from, where the 4 metre one came from. Should be fine. But that manure will be building up. And we do now have that Biobuts bucket. And it's a good capacity. It's going to kind of make me feel that we don't need the Fliegl grab, even though the Fliegl grab is really good. Because it's going to be just as effective as the grab, but it's a higher capacity. I guess I could tweak the capacity of the grab. It's definitely a possibility. Okay, should be in a good place hopefully. Yep. So I think the 5710 is going to be a good tractor to use to go and fetch the muck spreader. I think I will fill it up, otherwise we're going to be picking up the manure twice, which is just going to seem a bit of a waste of time. But where to put these bales? That shed there is a good place, but I'm not very good at reversing this. Let's watch and see. This is not going to end well. Okay. Now that I'm vaguely lined up, let's see if we can get it over to the right of the JCB. No, go that way. I know where I want it. It's getting it there that's the problem. Practice makes perfect. Okay, that's good. Maybe I should title this video How Not to Reverse a Dolly Trailer. Well, it's in. That'll do. Okay. Let's head off. That is such a good trailer, but I'm just useless with the dollies. I can reverse a standard trailer, no problem at all. So there are actually two ways to get to the car farm. I think maybe the other way would have been faster past Mr. Snap, or maybe this way, I'm not too sure, but we're going to go this way. We'll come up past the airfield, and yeah, we'll get to it that way. But I don't think there's much in it, and actually we might be able to cross the dual carriageway. Not that you would voluntarily do that in a tractor. It's I've done it in real life, and it's not difficult. It's just slow, waiting for the gap to pull out. In FS it's going to be dead easy though. Because the dual carriageway probably has 2 vehicles on it. Let's see. Maybe I was overestimating there. Oh, there's one. We need number 2. Yeah, there's one in the distance. So, oh no, there's 3. Wow. Rush hour. Yep, and then we can just pull off here. And that brings us pretty much to our other farm. Just right. Oh no, wait, I've lost my farm. It's just up here. I think it's fairly safe to say that it would have been faster to go the other way, but we'll go back that way. Also, I've just noticed the fuel gauge. It's not as colourful as it is with other tractors. It's not as filled in. It's interesting. Okay, so there's our muck spreader. We'll be using the T6 to load it. How full is it? Ah, only 7%. That's good. So we'll get that totally filled if we can do, but I think it won't be too difficult to fill it. Well, yeah, this was the faster way to go, but at least we've had a bit of a tour. We've been on the dual carriageway in a tractor, and not everybody can say they've done that. Just wondering where the best place is to put this. Last time when I was loading the trailer, the cows decided to start walking through it. So maybe it's best if I leave it out here. If we put it very, very close to the fence, that could be the best thing to do. So yes, we'll use the T6 and Fliegl, since really the bucket is going to have to be for grain. I think the best thing I can do is just adjust the capacity of the grab. So we'll leave that bucket just there, it's fine, it doesn't need to be moved. The grab is just around the corner. We don't really need the rear weight, but I might as well keep it on. But it is a nice grab. As grabs go, it's one of the nicest grabs. That pile must be getting bigger. They really are accumulating it. So, yes, once it's been cleared, next time we can get some more straw into here. They do still have a bit of straw, I think. Yeah, so the capacity that is 1635. I'm sure we could boost that to 3,500. Oh, even though I've put it over here, there's still a cow. Well, it shouldn't be causing us too many issues. If the cows can keep out of there, that would be even better, but no. One of them's going in. Out of the way, cow. They're very inquisitive. There's not too much. I am pleased that I've put it in the muck spreader though, and not in the trailer. The trailer is now going to be for overflow. When we start to stack it at the side of a field, because obviously we can't spread manure when there's crops growing, so we have to put it somewhere. We'll keep it in a pile. And now for the final piece. There we go. Right, so that is them mucked out for today. If the grab was a high capacity, that would have probably just been one grab load. Makes it easier though. So I'm just wondering, I don't think there is anything else to do today, as far as I'm aware. I would very quickly take a look on their page and just find out. Yep, so yeah, the straw will be done next time, because that's still half. As for the sheep, we'll do the water, we'll do that in a minute. And, oh yes, next time as well, we'll try and do a turtle mix ration. That is going to depend on if or not we can get the mixer. As I have now been told, we do actually have to use hay instead of the alfalfa for the turtle mix ration. You can't use the alfalfa as the as a substitute for hay. It must be hay, straw, and silage. We have the straw, we have the silage, but we don't, I don't think, have the hay. So yes, that is something we're going to have to work towards. So to finish off, over to the sheep's trough. We'll turn that valve and we'll get the water flowing in. But it is 1638, so the next episode will most likely be the next in-game day. By which point this might have started to grow. It might be germinating. If it is, we'll get some fertiliser applied. We actually can apply fertiliser now, but I think I would prefer just to put it onto a crop which is coming through, which is emerging. But that has been an episode with a bit of progress, even though it probably still isn't my sort of required, wanted length. I'm aiming for 35 minutes, but with all these time lapses, it does make that quite tricky. So, yes, anyway, there we go. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.